Hey everyone, and welcome to 12 Days of Mindfulness. Today I'm going to be talking about moving a little, and the emphasis is on little because as we've entered into January 2023, you might have set yourself a goal or an intention to move a little, to do some more physical activity. But today is just to talk about little tips and tricks that are quite achievable. They feel realistic and small things that you can tick off in your everyday, and I'll share some things that help me move a little bit and keep me motivated to move more. So as you can see and probably hear around me, I'm out on my morning walk. So this is something that I would typically do on a daily basis. Working from home can be quite sedentary, so it just means that there's a lot of sitting down, there's not a lot of getting outside and seeing nature. So for me, I have to be quite purposeful about getting outside and actually getting some fresh air, which I think was something that lockdown certainly helped me understand just how important it is. So in terms of when I typically do it, I would either do it at the start of my morning. So if I feel like I'm in a bit of a slump, or it feels as though it's a little bit trickier to kind of motivate myself for the day, I will sometimes make a cup of tea. I don't have it with me today, and take it out with me as well, and maybe put on a podcast, listen to some music, and do that generally in the morning, or I'll do it in the middle of the day. So actually it helps kind of with that midday slump where maybe you've been really productive in the morning, you need to get out, shake it out, and then finish kind of the afternoon again with a lot of productivity. So they're typically the timings that I would do it, and what it brings to me is not just the kind of moving and getting out and about, but also, as you can see, just bumping into random people and spreading a bit of love and kindness. I try and do a bit of a smile competition. So when I will walk, I will kind of say to myself, how many smiles can I get back from somebody like whilst I'm out, which means that I automatically walk around and kind of try to say hello and kind of be smiley. I tend to find dog walkers are generally the most friendly. They're always happy and willing to say hello. But it just kind of helps, again, when you get back to your desk or when you get back home, it kind of helps release even more of those positive endorphins and just make you feel good. So obviously I've explained kind of the things that I would typically do on a day-to-day, and the main important thing with moving more is it has to be right for you. So what are the things that are going to help you in your day? So for example, I mentioned about podcasts or listening to something whilst I'm out and about. It may just be that actually you just need to completely switch off and use this as your opportunity just to listen to the birds, take in nature. Sometimes I'll stop midway through my walk, I'll find a little spot which has a great bird's eye view of the area that I live, and I'll use that as a chance to meditate, do some breath work, and just have that moment of pause and self-reflection and introspection. But you might find that, for example, you need to get back to a lot of people, or there's one person who you want to call who's really going to make your day, or you're going to make their day maybe. So you might use it as a chance to stick your headphones in, give them a buzz, or reply to some voice note. I actually have a really good friend in New Zealand who we use our midday walk as a chance to just interact with each other and ping a 20-minute voice note. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but again, you've got that intention and it gets you outside, because no one wants to just kind of sit and be on the phone for that long, but it keeps you walking and moving, but also connecting with others at the same time. So find the thing that's right for you. Also find a route that's good for you as well, and it may be that it's just around your local area, or you might want to go a little bit further, look at the national trust parks that are near you, or try and explore different places every day. And it might not be a daily thing for you, it could just be something that's once a month. It might be a weekend thing that you do with the family, or you go and meet friends and use it as a chance to connect again. But the main important thing is just find something that's right for you, something that's sustainable, but don't beat yourself up too much if you can't do it every day, or you just find yourself not finding that motivation. That's okay. The main thing is that you set that intention and goal that is right for you. So why do we do it? Why is it so important? We talk about moving all the time and that it's so good for us, but what does that actually mean? Now we know, as I mentioned earlier, that it releases positive endorphins. So we have that chemical release in the brain that helps us feel good about ourselves as we move and we travel. And as I say, we're talking here about walking just because I'm out for a walk, but movement could be anything. And one of the things that's really important to me is variety in how I move. So typically in my week, I'll do various different things, whether that's going to the gym, and again that might look differently. One day I might swim, one day I might do some weights, one day I might just go on the treadmill. I go horse riding, play basketball, different sports, but even just doing something like going to yoga, something that's a little bit more lower intensity, but again it has a different purpose. And I think if you can think about what it is your purpose and intent for moving, that could be to help really support your mental health and your mental well-being, in which case you might want to do something that's a little less erratic. So club size or Zumba might not be for you. It might be something a little bit more calming and soothing that also incorporates some sort of breath work or meditation as well. Or it could be that actually you want to burn calories, and that's something that's really important to you to help with your physical health. In which case you might want to have a tracker, whether that's a Fitbit or Apple Watch or whatever you have available. Even on your phone, there's lots of different functions. You don't need to get a fancy watch that helps track your steps and will help keep track of the distance that you cover. Sometimes I like to give myself little targets, and again, they're personal to you, because it may be that someone talks about, oh, I've run 5k or I've walked 10k this week, and that's great for them, but that might sound really out of reach for you. So it may be just that you do so many meters or 1 kilometer just around the block, and you might want to track it, but again, it don't have to. And the beautiful thing about moving is it's personal to you. So really find that purpose and what it is that you really want to get out of that movement. And you might not know, but you might find somebody, a friend or family member, a personal trainer in a gym, a mentor, a supporter, who can help you with finding that goal and help you in exploring kind of what it is that you want to get out of it. Maybe someone who's a specialist or a professional who can open your eyes up to different options that maybe you've not tried before, something in your local area you've never heard of. So and at K-Man Connection, we are more than happy to help you in finding what that thing is that might be in your local area, to help signpost you to help you move more. So I hope that that's given you a little bit of inspiration for your 12 days of mindfulness. As you can tell, I'm getting out of breath because walking and talking isn't necessarily the easiest, and clearly I'm a little bit unfit. But hopefully you find the thing that just helps you move a little bit more for 2023 and enjoy.